I had requested a video to show you guys how to navigate through the 7D and the Speedlite, and to show you how to set things up on your 7D or on the Speedlite and make sure that things work, and make sure that you can actually work with your Speedlite as a slave, a master, or on the camera without having too much problem. So the first thing I'll do here, my flash is turned, it's not powered on right now, it's off. So what I'll do is I will go into the menu on my 7D. Just to show you guys, if I go to the menu here, and in the flash control, first camera from one dot, if I go in there and I'm trying to get to the external flash function setting, which the external flash is my Speedlite, and the built-in flash is the flash on my 7D. So I'll get in there, and there's a message: this menu cannot be displayed, incompatible flash or flash power is turned off. Okay, well, fair enough. I'll turn my Speedlite on in that case. So I'll power the Speedlite. I'll try to go back into this menu. It still doesn't work. The same message comes up. So what I'll need to do is to make sure that my Speedlite is on the shoe here, it's properly secure. So to do so, there's a lock button. So what I'll do is I'll always lock my Speedlite on my camera. Right. So now I go back to the menu, and I'm able to get to the menu. But you need to have your flash on. If it's powered off, this is where the message is gonna come through. Like, we cannot communicate because your flash is off, and we're trying to get in there, but it doesn't work. All right. Now, I've got my flash is set up as a master right now. We don't really want that. So what's going on here is we're gonna go through the menu, and when you say wireless function, we're gonna go disable. Now my flash is back as ETTL, and just normally as you would put it on your camera. So by making the change on my Canon 7D, it communicated to my flash and say, hey, we don't want you as a master, we just want you as a normal unit, because we don't have any other Speedlite around, so we don't need to use you as a master. So now the information got sent, the communication was perfect, and everything worked fine. Let's say now I want to have this, my flash is on ETTL, so I want to have it on manual. So see what happens if I choose the manual and the flash mode in the menu of the 7D. I just can choose manual, boom, I'm on the manual here. I'm going to go back ETTL because we don't want manual. Just change it back to 7D, boom, I'm back out there. So this is something you can do as well just by pressing the mode on the Speedlite, right? But just to show you guys, you can do the same work in the 7D you can do on the Speedlite, so you communicate well together and it's all work fine. Alright. What I'll do here is I'll show you guys that my flash is securely mounted on my 7D. Now if I want to take a picture, what I'll do is I'm just going to take a picture of my coffee mug there, and yeah, the commission was good, it all worked fine, ETTL took the shot, the flash worked. Now if your flash is not mounted properly on your camera, so I'm just going to slide it just a tiny bit out of its position here on the shoe. If I take the picture, the flash doesn't work. So you really need to have it like fully secured here, all the way to the end, and locked. Very important to lock it, because if you bang camera something just come loose a tiny bit, it won't work. Now if my flash is off, well, obviously it won't work, right? So you turn my flash back on. So if you have trouble shooting with your flash, it could be a problem. Maybe the communication did not work so well, or maybe your flash was powered off. There's a few options in the custom function settings that you can choose to have, like the sleeping mode to be like a few seconds or a few minutes or whatever you want to do, right? So just double check these things if you have trouble shooting with your flash. Now I'm going to take this off and use it as a slave. So once again, I'll go to the zoom button and hold it a few seconds here, and I'll be able to go straight to this menu, and I'll choose the slave. So now this is set up as a slave, channel 1, master 1. Alright, so you'll see that the red light is flashing on my coffee mug there, meaning that this Speedlite is ready to use as a slave unit. Now I'm gonna go back to my menu on my 7D here. And then on the flash control, I'm gonna go to the built-in flash function setting. Now it worked because I don't have my flash on my camera. Now the flash mode, ETTL. So my flash is on ETTL here, and that's if we want the flash on manual, right? So let's choose manual here. The curtain, we're kind of stuck at one curtain manual. The wireless function, do I want my Speedlite only? So this is the sign for the Speedlite, and this is the sign for the built-in flash on my 7D. So do I want the Speedlite only to shoot when I take my picture, or do I want my Speedlite and the built-in flash to work together? So let's choose both together. Now the channel, we need to make sure the channel is the same, right? Now as I'm in manual mode, I can change the power of my Speedlite. Now the flash output, which is a Speedlite sign over there, mean that this is the actual power of my Speedlite. So let's go half the power for my Speedlite. I don't want full power. I'm gonna go down. And now this is my flash, built-in flash power. Do I want, yeah, I want a quarter, why not? So we're gonna choose this. So now set up everything. My Speedlite should be on manual mode and should be firing in half the power. Now there's a problem. I'm still on ETTL, alright, and there's no information saying that I'm on manual or anything like that. So what I'll do is I need to communicate the information between the camera and the flash to make sure that the camera say, hey, we want you on manual and we want you to fire half the power. Okay, how do I do this? You can make a test flash firing. On the 7D is this button here. So what I'll do is I'll make a test. And now by sending this information to the flash, I am now on the manual mode at half the power. So by firing a test, it sent information saying, hey buddy, we want you on manual. Alright? So it's very handy if you have your flash at the actual furthest distance you can put it, and then you're realizing, oh well, yeah, it's not enough light, I need kinda to put it full power. We go like this, and then we're gonna go back to our 7D menu here. Oh, not info, but menu. Flash control, and then we're going to the built-in flash. So yeah, why don't we choose full power instead? Whoop, the other way around. Full power it is. Alright. So once again, now my flash will be still at half the power. So what I need to do is to do a test, and that way, when I go back to the flash, I'm at full power. Alright? So it's important to make it communicate the information you want to send to your flash that way. If I want to go back to the ETTL mode, or the multi-mode, or change anything, once again, you can do it all here. It's not a problem at all. We're gonna go, okay, well, we're gonna go back to ETTL, and we want, yeah, we want both to work together. And now on the ETTL, I can change the flash exposure compensation and the built-in flash exposure compensation. So you can easily change that here. So let's say you're shooting ETTL and then you're like, oh yeah, well maybe we need more light, so we're gonna add up one step of light on my Speedlite by doing this. And once again, you need to communicate the information together. So I did that. Now as I go this ETTL mode, and everything is fine here. Alright, so this is pretty much how you can communicate the information between your 7D and your Speedlite. So in summary, you need to have good communication. You need to secure properly your Speedlite on your camera, which is mounted on it, and make sure that every change you make here, just press a firing test just to send the information to your flash, and then everything should be fine. If not, you may just want to go back, double check that your Speedlite is still on, and then if you make a long photo shoot and you need a lot of Speedlite to work together or to work all the time, well, just make sure that the custom function settings are set up properly for a Speedlite to work in that type of environment. So go through your booklet and yeah, set things properly. Same thing, you can put the flash on your camera and just go through the custom function setting in the 7D menu, but you gotta make sure that it's fully mounted and secure to make sure the change actually happened. Hopefully this is useful, and feel free to send me another email if you guys get any questions about the subject. See you next time.